Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. And I'm joined by Patriot League Women's Soccer Offensive Player of the Week, Marlee Heaven. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I think we got to start calling you home opener Heaven too, because I don't know if you've kept track. This is what, 3 years in a row now where you've tallied in the home opener. What allowed you ladies to get off to such a hot start against Temple?
I think that our mentality coming into this season was that, we just don't want to lose. So that was really, really important for us. I think we brought the energy and, everyone played with a lot of intensity. So I think that was really big and helping come with that win.
This has got to be pretty cool for you too. You're in your final season at a program where your father played football at the Naval Academy. You've kind of grown up in Annapolis in a little way. How special has it been playing for the Navy and Gold these past couple of years?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, just being surrounded by this community, having the midshipmen come out to games and stuff like that, especially when I grew up going to Navy football games. So it's been really special getting to play my last season here and, see all the plebes and their whites in the sidelines and stuff. So, we're hoping to keep that win streak going in front of our peers and our friends and stuff like that.
Marlon, when we watch you, sometimes when you're taking on a challenge, you look like dad out there. A little stiff arm, a little shake, drop the shoulder. Uh, did you pick up a little bit of that rough and tumble background when you were growing up?
Um, I to give my dad some credit, I think that, every single one of me and my siblings play like every single sport known to man. So I hate to give him credit, but I think that they did a good job based off of, our track record. My sister's playing soccer at the University of Maryland, and my younger brother and youngest sister have some big things coming too. So I always hate to compliment him, but I think he knows what he's doing. So yeah, I mean, if it looks like that, it's probably because we've, been playing sports for as long as we can remember.
Now that said, Marley, given that you're leading the pack in the Heaven family, has anybody been able to one-up you in one-on-one in any sport?
Never. It's never happened. And it probably never will happen. So, if any of my siblings are watching this, then, it's okay being the inferior sibling. That's, everyone's gotta lose at something sometimes. So, maybe they'll beat me someday, but I don't think it'll ever happen.
Now, I like how you gave McKinley the shout out. She's a current freshman at the University of Maryland. And, you know, uh, Marley, when you look at the current landscape of youth athletics, what would you say to maybe young girls who want to play at that level that you and McKinley are at right now? Would you encourage them to play multiple sports growing up? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that, being well-rounded in sports is so huge, especially when you're growing up. I played basketball, I ran track, we swam, we dove, like we played soccer. And so even if that's not the sport that you want to pursue, going forward, learning how to play as a team, learning how to lead on a team, just being active is super important when you're young. And as much as I hated, playing basketball, it really did help with stuff like footwork and fitness and soccer. So I would definitely encourage people to play as many sports as, you have time for or you physically can when you're growing up, and then maybe hone the one that you're pretty interested in. But yeah, I mean, all of my siblings, we all played a lot of sports, and I think that it served us pretty well as we got older.
And back to this current squad, how have you grown as a leader and how have you really taken the reins of this program in your senior season?
Yeah, I mean, my team makes it super easy. Obviously, as a first league class, we've just tried to be as open with our team as possible about our shortcomings. And in our leadership, I think that we've benefited from the fact that we're a very diverse class. We're all super active in the hall. We all love soccer. We all love each other. So that's made it very easy to lead the team. And the team has also made it very easy to lead them. Everyone has been super open and super helpful. So it really is a team effort. I think that that's kind of corny to say, but they make it very, very easy.
And how did you use last year's finish as fuel? I mean, I'm sure you're well aware that Karen Gaber does not have losing seasons very often in Annapolis.
Absolutely.
How did that motivate you this offseason and allow you to get off to this 2-0 start?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Karen's stats speak for themselves. And I think that we also have such a competitive squad. everybody hates losing. And so to come off of last season, which obviously wasn't the greatest, it really has put like a fire under everyone's butts. Like we hate losing, so let's go do something about it on the field. And the coaches have that mentality too. So this season we're really focused on putting some goals on the stat sheet and getting results.
Now, Marlee, you clearly carry yourself as a lead from the front, lead by example kind of person. But coaches told me that you also keep things light. You have an ability to make your teammates laugh a good bit. How do you keep everything energetic and enthusiastic, even on hot days or practices when everybody is just trying to get through it?
I think that, my biggest thing is that the Naval Academy is such a difficult place. Like we go through so much here. Um, and, life is difficult enough without having, soccer be somewhere where it's not like a safe space. And so like when we come to Glen Warner from, I had a 6 in today and I had to stand watch and I had Mano at 3 in the morning. I think it's been pretty important to me to kind of be able to take that away from some people. Like if I can make soccer like somewhere where people can have fun instead of, oh, it's another chore, then I think I've done my job for that day. Just because I don't want it to be something that it's like a job for people to have to show up to when we have, so much going on elsewhere.
And in between those paid lines, you're certainly doing your job. 2 goals, 2 matches so far this year. What do you see for the rest of this season from yourself individually?
I obviously as a forward, my job is to score goals. So that's been a very big focus, just being aggressive and making sure I do my job there. But in terms of leadership, I just want to make sure that the team knows that, myself and my class are ready to work and we're we're wanting to get results. So I think that, continuing to work hard, continuing to push is going to be really big for us as we continue to go into the season.
And for folks who did not want to make the trip in that 99-degree weather against Temple on Sunday, and they're planning on seeing you in action on Thursday, what can they expect to see in a couple of days?
I think they can expect to see energy, passion, intensity. Those are our biggest things. We might not have the best game, but you can expect us to go out there and work hard. So it should be a fun game on Thursday. I'm excited for it.
Well, you've certainly done that so far, Marlee. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
You have been listening to the Navy Sports Magazine Show, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics.